What's up, guys? HockeyTikTockey is back with an all-new video. Today, we're talking about the Calgary Flames and finalizing their roster, who I predict is going to be making the opening night of the actual regular season. I think it's there's one game left. We're about a week away from the actual regular season starting. There's one game left in the preseason. It's this Friday versus Winnipeg, and that's kind of when we'll see like a chance for kind of a preview, a final look at who is going to be playing for the Flames, at least to start the year with the NHL, and who's going to get sent back down to the AHL. This is like my final prediction, because I made a couple other videos earlier this week regarding the Calgary Flames roster and who I'm kind of slotting to play and where. Um, you know, so I kind of wanted to finalize it today with my final kind of predictions and thoughts. So I had my top three lines, as sort of the known commodities that the Calgary Flames have, like Jonathan Huberdeau with Martin Pospisil and Anthony Mantha. I had Sharon Govich, Kadri, Kuzmenko, and then there's a third line of Zari, Backlund, and Blake Coleman. And then finally, that fourth line, I think that the Flames are going to go with, and this is my opinion as well. Like, I also feel like whether it's, right or not, we won't know until the season starts. But um, I want to go with Adam Klapka, Kevin Rooney, and Ryan Lomberg on the fourth line. And then just carrying along extra forwards, I think they should have Jacob Peltier up with the big club, even if he's not playing, even if he's just an extra guy that just has to kind of get healthy scratched. And to start the season, Sam Honzik. I think he earned the spot as another forward. I know it's kind of strange or bad or weird or however you want to call it, to bring a guy along like Sam Honzik onto the roster if you're not going to be playing him. But I think he earned at least the chance to get recognized as an NHL player. He would be technically in his rookie season and is not eligible for the waiver claim. So if he gets sent back down to the minors, no other team can just take him. Unlike Jacob Peltier, if you put Jacob Peltier on the minor team on the AHL, another team can just sign him for nothing. Whereas Sam Honzik is technically, he's able to get moved up and down the roster without anybody being able to steal him from the Flames. So like I said, it might be not the best idea for his development to keep Samuel Honzik up, but maybe it might be good for him to kind of just get a little taste of the NHL, kind of, hang out with the pros and see how they sort of interact and how they, how they go about their business. And that gives the coaching staff, that gives Huska a chance to inject him into the lineup if they see fit. He might not start in game one versus the Canucks, but maybe if there's an injury, maybe if a guy is not playing well, maybe if somebody's even just a little bit banged up, you can kind of move some things around, shuffle some things around to get him into the lineup some way, somehow. And he earned that through his great play. Um, Another guy that's right on the edge there would be Matt Coronado. I unfortunately I can't find a way to fit him into the top 12 players for the forward group. So I would send him to the minors right away, but have him on first call for any sort of call up as well, in case there was any other injury or anything like that. And as well, maybe you could swap him and Sam Honzik out like later on into the season. And also, we're forgetting, or we're not forgetting, but we got to look ahead and remember that there's there's trades coming down the lineup at some point. We don't know if this final forward group is going to have all of these guys on the roster by the end of the season as well. Maybe the Flames opt to trade out one of their top 6 or top 9 forwards out of the group at some point, maybe before the trade deadline. So that could give a chance for some of these young rookies to come back up and play in the NHL this year, more than just these preseason games. So yeah, that's my kind of idea for the first lines for the beginning of the season. I want to have Klapka in the lineup to begin the regular season in Vancouver. As for the defense, I have Uyghur and Miramanov as a pair. I think they could be a really good pair this year. Uyghur was basically our top defenseman last year, and he had a breakout season in terms of his offense. I think he got 20 goals or so, which was the first time any Flames player on the defensive end has scored more than 20 goals since I think Giordano did about, I don't know, like 10 years ago or something like that. So Uyghur and Manov would be our top pair. They would be our two, sort of workhorses playing the most minutes. Manov has a very limited experience for his age. I think he's not young per se. Like, he's not in his early 20s. I think he's already in late 20s already, and has only played like something like 30 games or something like that. Again, I don't have the stats, so this is just off the top of my head, but he looks poised to be able to kind of take another big step this year, especially playing with a guy like Mackenzie Weegar, who has been so solid on the back end. So that would be our top pairing. Second pairing, I think, could be Rasmus Andersson and Kevin Ball. Anderson has been a solid defenseman since, the last few years. Some people might even argue that he's our number one defenseman. Whether it's Weegar or Anderson is debatable, but he'll be solid playing with a guy like Kevin Ball. Kevin Ball is who we got in return for Jacob Markstrom during the offseason from New Jersey. And Ball is kind of just a big, solid defender. He just, he gets in the way. He's big, he's strong, and he doesn't put up a lot of points, but he can kind of just get in the way. And then finally, third pairing. This is where it gets really dicey, really sort of hard to figure out what's going to happen, because there's just so many defensemen on the roster still, and the coaching staff have a huge decision to make. So, Tyson Barrie is still unsigned. I made a video a few days ago talking about Tyson Barrie and why the Flames should sign him, or why he will be signed, in my opinion. I think to lose Barrie, if to not sign him, somebody else is going to scoop him up and give him a contract, give him an offer. So the Flames are better off signing him, playing him, and then trading him away to get a pick back in return for signing him. So it's basically like buying a pick. They sign him up at the beginning of the season, let him play well, let him get some
third pairing guy, at least to start the year. And then as an extra defenseman, there's a huge amount of choices the Flames have right now. They have Jake Bean. They just signed him. I haven't really seen enough out of him to think that he deserves that spot yet up on the big club. Like, and that's the problem with all these guys. There's just too many of them, because on top of Jake Bean, we also have another guy, Joel Hanley, which is also an NHL veteran. So there's multiple NHL veterans on the back end right now that could be third pairing defensemen. They could be, or like seventh or eighth defensemen on the team that may not actually get game time, but they may deserve a spot in the lineup. Despite not being actually on the team, they might actually deserve just kind of being up there with the club. So there's Joel Hanley, there's Jake Bean, Jared Tenorti. Okay, I gotta take a quick second here to share my thoughts on Jared Tenorti. I don't know why he was signed, to be honest, guys. I kind of a little confused about that signing. It didn't feel like we needed a guy like that, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe Craig Conroy has a better idea than I do about him, but personally, I felt like that signing was a mistake or a misstep. Nothing against the person, but in terms of roster creation, it didn't really make sense to have a guy like Jared Tenorti signed this year for the Flames, in my personal opinion. But whatever. So we got Tenorti. We got who else? Ilya Solovyov. He played some games last season, and he's looking to kind of make a transition to full-time NHL as well. But there's not going to be room for him up there in the Calgary Flames NHL club. And final guy, most intriguing, most exciting prospect, in my opinion, is Hunter Brustevich. The guy was an absolute beast in the OHL his previous couple of years, and his play this preseason for the Calgary Flames during the exhibition games has been remarkable, guys. It's been really good. That's why he's still with the club right now. They haven't sent him down to the AHL officially yet, because he hasn't done anything wrong to the point where they want to get him off the big club. So he's the most sort of wild card type of player that the Flames have right now, in terms of who could they just maybe make a big jump that really can turn some heads. I think it's Hunter Brustevich. Perhaps he gets a few games in the NHL this year too as well. But to start the year, I don't know. I think, again, my vision or my idea, my plan would be keep Barrie, sign him to a contract, keep him up with the club for a while, and then trade bait him. Call all the other teams that are missing defensemen that need power play specialists and say, hey, we got Tyson Barrie. He's reliable. He's a veteran NHLer. He knows what he's doing. He can put up points. And if you need a defenseman, we got a cheap one right here. Just throw us back a couple picks or two. And if you do that, then you get Barrie out of the lineup. It creates a little bit more space for that logjam that's happening on the back end. Maybe you can get a guy like Hunter Brustevich to come in, because he could replace Barrie if he's offensively gifted himself. Maybe he could take that power play time on the second power play unit. So, those are my predictions. Oh, last one, goalies. I forgot to say, we're doing the full lineup. Goalies. We got 3 goalies on the roster right now. Dustin Wolf, Dan Vladar, and Logan Cooley. I really, really, really like Cooley. I've heard some really cool interviews with the guy, and he seems like a really funny and sort of, character type guy. He's really funny and has a lot of energy, and seems like he really cares. But I don't think that he should start on NHL. I think they should try to send him down to the AHL somehow, get him through waivers, and get him playing for AHL to begin the season. Meanwhile, have the starters be Dustin Wolf, and then backing him up Dan Vladar. So starting in net, Dustin Wolf, backing up Dan Vladar. If somebody falters, I think Logan Cooley could be a great call-up to replace one of the 2 goalies that we have. But I have extreme faith and hope in Dustin Wolf, guys. I believe that Dustin Wolf has done everything he possibly can at every other level of high level hockey as a goaltender. He's won MVPs of the entire AHL league. He's won top goalie in the Western League. He's won top goalie in the AHL as well. He's done everything he can possibly do at the other levels. So what is stopping him from being a top goalie in the NHL? We don't know until he's done it, guys. We haven't seen him at this level play a full season yet. He's played some NHL games, but he hasn't played a full season. So maybe, just maybe, Dustin Wolf could be the type of guy that can lead the Calgary Flames into a playoff run, or into a deep sort of cycle of playoff runs, not just one playoff run. Maybe he could be the answer, like a goaltender that can kind of be a franchise star that the Flames can build a team around, because he's done that at other levels with other teams. So why not this year? So yeah, that's my thoughts and predictions for the day, guys. Hope you enjoyed this little video, and I will see you all in the next couple of days here. I'm going to keep pumping out these podcasts. If you like them, subscribe and leave a comment. Have a good day.